Dear Deja, I'm back with another one. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, my gang? What's going on? What's going on? And welcome back to another segment of Dear Deja. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited because I have been getting some phenomenal feedback, like I always tell you guys about Dear Deja. And I want you to know, as always, I am making sure that I pay attention to the feedback that you guys are giving. Excuse me. Whew, felt like I had a little boogie in my nose. I'm always here paying attention to the feedback that you guys are giving, and then I'm trying my best to apply it as quickly as I can, because I do not want you guys to think I'm taking that feedback for granted, or it's not important to me for you to share what you're witnessing and ways that you think that I can improve this segment, right? So welcome, welcome, welcome. Before I get started, I always forget to say, and I've been reminded about this from plenty of my subscribers, to like, comment, share, subscribe, right? So if you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you comment on things you have feedback on, and make sure you share with your folks, especially if the situation pertains to somebody you may know, or they can benefit from it, or they just may need another perspective about something that I'm saying here that may be relative to them. So I'm gonna say that again: like, comment, share, subscribe. Alrighty, subscribe first, and then comment, because I want you to watch them and make sure you give your feedback, and if it's something that you like, hit the thumbs up. And if you feeling comfortable, you share it with whomever you see fit, right? But make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. I'm gonna drop down in the description box and give you guys all of my contact information as always, so you can reach me on all of my major social media platforms. Alrighty, so hello. It has not been long. It's been about a week. I'm doing my best to upload 2 videos per week as far as Dear Deja goes, because I want to make sure that I'm responding to all these letters and they don't get backed up. And then I also love doing this. So I want to make sure I'm staying in tune with you guys, and I want to make sure I'm keeping you engaged. So welcome back. I still have my beautiful glass here. I hope you guys like it. It's so cute, isn't it? And this is my I call this my pink Hawaiian, aka my Deja Deej. So this is a pink Hawaiian, aka my Deja Deej. It's actually some barefoot Riesling with a splash of cranberry lemonade Mike's wine cooler. Alrighty, so it's barefoot Riesling with a splash of cranberry lemonade Mike's wine cooler. And it tastes really good. It tastes really, really good. Shout out to Miss Wine Glass. That's where I got these glasses from. So if you're interested in ordering, they're so beautiful. They're so cute. They look small and compact, but they can hold a lot of liquor, right? So, you definitely want to invest in them. They were very cost effective, and I love it. So they're cute. It's shaped. It's a little chunky. I'm into that. So make sure, cop up, okay? Cop on up. Let's get started. Let's get into it. I don't want to wait too long, so let's get into what Dear Deja letter we have today, right? So here we go. Dear Deja, I am in a relationship with a woman I met via social media. At first, we started off as friends, which we remained for a year, and then we decided to take our relationship to the next level. We have been in a relationship for the past 16 months. In the beginning of our relationship, the only thing that was different was that we began to have sex, but it felt good because we had grown so much as friends that adding sex to the equation only made things better. About 8 months into our relationship, we hit a few bumps in the road and began to argue a little more than what we were used to. One night when we were engulfed in one of our most heated debates, she got upset with me raising my voice, and to silence me, she slapped me. To say I was appalled is an understatement. Of course, I put her out of my apartment and temporarily broke up with her. I remember when we conversed about our families and upbringings in the past, and she shared that her dad used to physically abuse her. That was part of her excuse and apology when she came to make up. I forgave her. Since then, we've had about 15 heated arguments, and 13 of them have gotten physical, initiated by her. There is something that happens when she gets upset that changes her into a different person. That physically abusive person is not who I am in love with, and because she needs help, I want to stick around and assist her in getting what she needs. I just don't want to jeopardize my life in the process. I don't want to abandon a woman I love at her most vulnerable and weak time, but I'm also very afraid of how far she'll go when she's in that heated state. Help me. Signed, a battered boyfriend. Okay. Alrighty then. Alrighty then. First off, I'm going to drop down in a description box and I'm going to share some information about domestic violence relationship therapists, right? So I'm going to make sure that I drop down in the description box and give you the information for therapists who may specialize in domestic violence relationships, because that's exactly what this sounds like this is. And I think that, like I always tell people, when you need professional help, I will not lie and tell you that I am a medical professional, and I do not want you to think that my word is law. I'd rather you get the therapy that you guys need from a professional. So I'm going to make sure I drop down in the description box and give you guys all of the information that I have on therapists and counselors who specialize in domestic violence relationships. Okay? That's starting there. Now, let's get into it. Let me take a little swig before I get into it. Now, a few things were said here that, troubles me. And I always share with people. The reason why I started doing Dear Deidre is because I run Operation Heal 100 Hearts, which is a trauma-centered support group, and I do one-on-one sessions, individual sessions, of course, for families and couples and so on and so forth, right? And a lot of times people will share with me that they are nervous about coming to an Operation Heal 100 Hearts one-on-one session because A, they just don't know what to expect, and B, they're afraid of what might come out in the sessions. So I told people that I would get started on doing things this way only because it gives you guys an opportunity to see what a Healing Hearts one-on-one individual session would look like, right? And of course, in this situation, this will kind of shed some light on what an Operation Heal 100 Hearts couple session would look like. Now, the only issue here is that I don't have the feedback from the other party involved, so we're going to have to label this a one-on-one session where I'm just working with who I received the letter from, right? And the one thing that I tell people about Operation Heal 100 Hearts and what it does is it helps people work on them, right? So a lot of times people will come to me and they'll have a lot of issues about situations that happen in their life that include other folks. And a lot of times they're looking at me like, okay, well, Harry did me wrong and Sally ain't treat me good and Mary kicked me to the curb and this one basically shitted on me, but I need to know what I can do to fix them so we can be better. And I always tell people Operation Heal 100 Hearts has nothing to do with you fixing the other person, but everything to do with you fixing yourself so you can be a better person in the situation, okay? In this situation, I'm not even going to touch base on a young lady because A, I don't have her version of the story, and B, because this right now is not about her, it's about you, right? And I'm going to treat this situation as I would treat any woman in a domestic violence situation because the rules apply for everybody. You have forgotten who you are and what you contribute to the world. That's what's happening here. that is what's happening here. What's happening here is the young man that wrote the letter is forgetting who he is and his contribution to the world. And because of that, he's allowing someone to mistreat him in a way that does not make him happy. And he's having sympathy for that person as opposed to having sympathy for himself, right? Let me tell you something. Everybody on this planet, every single person on this planet has a contribution. You are here because you have a contribution. When you leave, your contribution can still stand contingent upon what you did to, basically make that shine through while you were here physically on earth, right? And one of the things that I always tell people is I was definitely in the space before the healing space of forgetting what I contributed to the world. So in that regard, I was allowing anybody into my life, and then I was, trying to help them and fix them and change them because I'm not focused on me. I'm more so focused on them. And that doesn't really help you get far in life. That does not really help you get far in life, because in order for you to live the best life that you want to live and to be the best you that you need to be, you have to focus on you. You have to focus on you. You have to focus on you. So my first question would be, where are you in your life? I'm going to call him BB, even though we had another BB before, but I'm going to call him BB for Battered Boyfriend. Where are you in your life, and where are you with your contribution to this world that you would totally abandon that to focus on what this young lady needs? Because this young lady does need things. From what you shared with me, she definitely does. But she needs to be willing to get those things on her own, and you need to be willing to get what you need on your own, and then y'all could come together with what you have. It was a meme that I seen years ago that I love, and it says, I don't need anybody to complete me. I need someone to accept me completely. Right? And what that means is that I don't need you to come along and make me better and help me do what I need to do for myself. I need you to understand and respect when I'm doing things for me, and try to understand and respect, as I said, what I'm doing for me, because that is my contribution to the world. No man, woman, child, horse, cat, or any other species on this planet should allow a person to disrespect them and physically abuse them and think that that's okay. It's not okay. It's not okay, because clearly the other person is having their own issues, and instead of you addressing what your issues are because you're letting that person in and allowing them to hurt you, you would rather say, no, let me try to change them, let me try to fix them, let me try to help them. What about helping you? What about helping you, BB? What about helping you? It's understandable that this young lady is in a vulnerable and maybe, like you said, weak state, and she has a lot going on, and she has a lot in her past that contribute to who she is. Those are things that she will have to work on. What about what you need to work on? What happened in your past and in your life that makes you feel like it's okay to have somebody physically abuse you and you still stick around to try to help them? When are you going to start helping you? When does the time come when you say to yourself, I need to take care of me? And one of the ways that you can definitely always take care of you is to make sure that you are healthy and you are safe. I work in a transfer high school, and I always share with parents when they enroll their young people in our school, safety first. Safety first. We could talk about grades. We could talk about attendance. We could talk about everything under the sun after the fact. But safety is always first, because guess what? When you're not safe and you're not healthy, you can't do anything else. You cannot do anything else. You can't learn. You can't grow. You can't think. You can't love. You can't do any of these things because you don't feel safe and you're not at your best because you're very unhealthy. And right now, that's very unhealthy for you mentally and physically and emotionally to have somebody get enraged in a debate that you guys are having and then attack you. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. And clearly it's not something that you're interested in, because in this letter here, you said that all of the attacks were initiated by her. If this was something that you engaged in, sometimes they would be initiated by you. You also didn't share that you engaged in that as well. So if you didn't share that, I'm going to assume that you don't take part in the physical part. So why are you allowing somebody to do this to you if this is not something that you're interested in engaging in? Why? Why? So, BB, our first conversation would be about what happened in your life. What happened in your life and what's currently happening in your life. Because sometimes we grow through situations and they defeat us. They defeat us. They defeat us. And when we get defeated, we start to forget about everything and everyone that we are supposed to be contributing to in this world. And we just focus on, hey, I got to make it through one day at a time. Hey, I got to have somebody by my side no matter how they treat me. Hey, I got to go stick around and hang in these places that don't help me grow, but at least I'm hanging somewhere. These are some of the things that people do when they forget their contribution to the world. You know, and one of the things that you have to keep in mind and know is that no matter what, no matter who you are, no matter what you do, you are not responsible for the health or the well-being of another human being until they take care of themselves first. If you want to contribute to helping them be a better person, that's okay. That's fine. But you have to always remember that you cannot jeopardize you in the process. I always tell people that I'm in a relationship this year will make 5 years. People may not believe it because I'm very bossy and I come off very boisterous and so on and so forth. But I'm a very submissive woman in a relationship. Very, very submissive. And the one thing that I've always told my boyfriend from the beginning when we got together is I can roll with you on anything as long as it doesn't jeopardize me. As long as it doesn't jeopardize me. Because when it jeopardizes me, I'm going to put my foot down and say, I can't be a part of this. I don't want to be a part of this. And most importantly, I'm not going to be a part of this. Because at the end of the day, I want to be down with you. I want to ride for you. And I want to love you. But I have my own contributions to make in this world. And if what you're doing is jeopardizing me from doing so, then more than likely, I need to step away from that. And if a person cannot respect your boundaries and show you that they love and care about you enough to not make you sacrifice what's important to you, then do they love you and do they care about you? You know, I don't know if you guys remember, but I said this in one of my very, very first Dear DJs getting played by Plus Size. I said the good don't stick around when they're treated poorly. The desperate do. So I'm going to repeat that and you guys can share it as much as you like. The good do not stick around when they are treated poorly. The desperate do. The desperate do. Nobody on this planet has to stick around in a situation that is not serving them. It's not fair. It is not fair. And if you are choosing to do so, then there is a deficiency in something within you. It has nothing to do with the other person. It's all about you. So it's about figuring out, what am I missing? What am I lacking? What am I forgetting about? What is going on that I'm allowing somebody to treat me in a way that doesn't make me happy or comfortable, but I'm feeling like I have to be uncomfortable and do as they say to appease them? No. No, the only person you have to appease, my dear, is God. The only person that you have to appease is God. And if somebody is dragging you and taking you to a level where you can't be yourself and do what you need to do, and you're choosing to accommodate them to save them, what does that say about you? Fuck you? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying? Are you saying fuck yourself? So I'm putting somebody else before you? That should never be. That should never be. That should never be. Because guess what? If you put another person before you, you don't show up as the best version of you. You show up as the best version you could be for them. What about you? You matter. You're important. I tell everybody one of my favorite lines all the time. I say it to myself at least 5 times a week, and I look myself in the mirror and I say, I do enough, I have enough, I am enough. Right? And I want you guys watching this video to write that down somewhere, post it up, say it to yourself at least 5 days a week. I encourage you to say it 7, or you say it as much as need be to remind yourself that you matter. And being in a situation where somebody is physically abusing you and that's not something that you're interested in, it lets me know that you forgot that you matter, that you are important, that you have a contribution. And because you have forgotten, you're saying this person before me. Guess what? If you don't stick with this person, you're going to continue this behavior wherever you go, putting everybody before you. You know what that breeds? You know what that breeds? That breeds animosity. That breeds anger. You know, that breeds a lot of negative feelings in a person, because then they start to feel like I did everything for everybody and none of that was reciprocated for me. None of it was reciprocated for me. And now that it's not being reciprocated, I'm upset with the world because of a choice that I made. Time to make better choices. Time to make better choices. Time to do better. Time to be better. And the number one way that you can start doing that is realizing your contribution to the world and knowing that you matter, sweetie. You matter. You matter. It's not that, oh, I'm a male, so I could take her hitting me. Her hits don't hurt me. I'm good. No, no. You may be good physically because maybe as a man, those hits physically don't bother you. But it sounds like it's breaking your spirit. It sounds like it's breaking your spirit because you were compelled enough to reach out. So something is not right about that situation. And what's not right is you forgetting your contribution to the world and that you matter and how important you are. You do enough, you have enough, you are enough. We all are. And it's a beautiful thing to have what you contribute to the world be enough for the person that you're in love with. Yeah, that's great. That's wonderful. But you have to be patient and allow God to bring you that person that feels that way. But when you start to get ahead of God and do your own thing and try to make sacrifice for people who God did not bring to you, because God would never want to see you hurting or from somebody who's supposed to love you. Am I saying this young lady is a bad person? No, not at all. Not at all. She may be fighting her own demons that she needs to work through. But what you don't need to do is become a punching bag for her. You need to stand up for you. Okay? So right now, this dear Deidre, it's not about the young lady. Do I think what's taking place is very unfortunate? 100%. But I'm more concerned about how unfortunate it is for you, because you are the person who wrote the letter. So you are the person whose spirit is getting broken behind the scenes. You're the person that's unhappy about this. So I'm more concerned about what you need to do for you. And one of the things that you need to start off with is remembering who you are and what contributions you have to make to this world, and that you have enough, you do enough, you are enough. And if you are all of these things and confident in who you are, you don't need to let anybody on this planet make you sacrifice that. And if you are in a position with a person that's making you unhappy and breaking you in any type of way, spiritually, emotionally, physically, then you need to move forward, because you don't deserve to live or feel that way. Nobody does. But the only time that we allow people in to do such a thing is when we forget who we are. So come on, baby, let's get back to who you are. I'm pretty sure you have a large contribution to make to the world, because God would not have put you here and kept you here. So you have something. Let's get back to what it is that you have. Let's get back to working on who you are. Let's get back to the things that make you happy. And if you start to focus on you, if that means you have to lose some folks along the way, then so be it. Everything by God's design, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, BB, I appreciate you reaching out. You know, I really find these type of situations, you know, very interesting, because a lot of guys, you know, they don't feel comfortable sharing that. Oh, you know, I'm getting abused, whether that be physically, emotionally, spiritually. They just don't want to share it because for them it's like a sign of weakness. And I just want to share with anybody, no, we all grow through things. Man, woman, child, cat, dog, horse, we all grow through things. It's just about getting through them successfully and coming out on the other side better than you went in. Okay? So, BB, I don't personally think it's up to you to save this young woman. I think it's more important for you to save yourself and allow her to save herself in the process. Okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, we got through that one like a subject and a predicate. That was real quick. I'm going to say this again, as I said in the beginning. Subscribe, like, share, comment. Subscribe, like, share, comment. I'm open to all feedback. I'm going to drop down in the description box and share my contact information. I'm going to also share, you know, therapists and counselors that contribute to working with folks in domestic violence situations, because I want you guys to make it through on the other side. And if that means having to separate, then you need to do what you need to do for you, BB, and pray that God allows her to do what she needs to do for herself as well. And that's both of you guys guys dealing with whatever demons that you have so you can live a focused, ambitious, loving, happy life. We all deserve that. So again, like, comment, share, subscribe. You know, I'll drop down in the comments, in the description box, and put all my social media platforms up. Thank you guys for the feedback. I hope to hear from you soon, and stay tuned because I will be dropping another Dear DJ tonight.